What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So we're back with more Snarky J, and I have to tell you, this young lady, she knows her stuff. I am a big fan of hers. I've been watching her for about probably like 3 or 4 months now, probably a little bit longer than that. But her and Tyrone Magnus is the main two that I watch of what's been going on with the stuff that we've been getting entertainment wise. So yeah, now Tyrone Magnus is more nicer than her because Snarky J, she don't sugarcoat nothing. She gets straight to the she don't sugarcoat nothing. She lets you know how it is, and that's what I like about her. Okay, so get over to Snarky J, tell her that Champagne Big Rose sent you. So without further ado, let's go on ahead and get right on into it. Oh, my breakup with Marvel from superfan to apathy. All right, let's get into it.
I was so into Marvel for such a long time. I would watch anything. I remember showing the Guardians of the Galaxy poster to my parents. And because I had faith in Marvel, I was like, that raccoon and that tree are gonna save the f***ing galaxy. You just watch.
Yeah.
Hi y'all, Snarky J Cosplay here. Last week, I made a video talking about the fact that I was no longer going to be watching Agatha All Along, and even though my comments were filled with people saying, see you next week, grifter, I'm really not watching it. I don't give a shit anymore. Round of applause to Marvel for exhausting the inexhaustible. And I sat there thinking about it, right? Because I made it through The Acolyte. And I made it through She-Hulk, both of which I would say were egregiously terrible, as opposed to Agatha All Along, which I think is just kind of lame. And I thought about it, and I realized that Marvel has really done a great job of creating apathy in its most devoted fans, and that is probably the worst thing they could have done, because hatred somehow still sells movie tickets and gets people to pirate things, but apathy essentially just breeds people who ignore your content. And I'm gonna get into that in just a few minutes, but it also just bummed me out and made me wonder where the MCU can go from here. See, I've been following the MCU pretty much since it was born. The first Iron Man movie came out in 2008. I was 8 years old. I remember watching it.
I was 7.
It didn't have a huge effect on me. When I really got roped into Marvel was 2011 with Captain America, the First Avenger. He was my favorite Avenger, and he's the reason that I was first in line to watch The Avengers in 2012, and why I really got into Marvel as much as I did. When I was 12 in middle school, I walked around
I did not
with a
like that
lanyard
suit.
covered in Marvel pins. I had...
Hold up. Oh, okay. The more I see this suit right here, this suit with Captain America, the more I don't like it. I don't like this suit. I really don't. Like Captain America, like Winter Soldier, great. Actually, I think the Winter Soldier Captain America suit is the best suit out of all the Captain America suits. But this suit, I did not like this suit. And then when they brought it back in Endgame, I was like, I really don't like this suit. But it looks legit. Don't get me wrong. It's legit. But it looks too Boy Scouty to me. Or like, I don't know. I can't put my finger around it.
Covered in
That was a
Marvel
good movie,
pins.
though.
I had the ugliest Funko branded plushies that I was in love with, and to be honest, they would sit in my backpack sometimes because I had a very rough time in middle school, and sometimes I just wanted to know that Thor was a few feet away. Then I went off to high school, and regardless of what people claim to be lies, I did not have an easy time in high school either. I was band captain. I was not considered one of the pretty popular girls in school. So my bread and butter, my loves were my superheroes, my Marvel, my DC, but honestly, because of the MCU, mostly Marvel. That was what my time was spent thinking about. It was all encompassing for me. When you're that into something for so long and it just goes south so spectacularly, and we've talked about this with Star Wars before, right? And to me, it's devastating to see it happen with Marvel. I was so into Marvel for such a long time. I would watch anything. I always make jokes about the fact that I remember showing the Guardians of the Galaxy poster to my parents and getting responses like, what the f***? Why is there a raccoon? Why is there a tree? And because I had faith in Marvel, I was like, that raccoon and that tree are gonna save the f***ing galaxy. You just watch. That is how devoted I was. My cat was under my chair and I just hit him. Bruce, I'm so sorry. Quick cameo from Bruce.
Aw,
Little pitter patter.
I got a cat too.
All this is to say, on tangents, yes, I have an obsessive personality. Yes, I probably should have gone out and touched some grass. But the fact of the matter is that I lived and breathed this shit for so long, and I was willing to stick by them, and I watched the entirety of it come to this beautiful conclusion with Endgame, and then I watched it slowly continue. And they gave us movies that we really didn't care about, like Eternals. They gave us The Marvels, which regardless of anybody's claim about it failing due to misogyny and racism and whatever, I didn't think was a good movie. And we saw this just continue to churn along, and I mean, with the exception of Deadpool and Wolverine, which is almost not even on the same league as any of this other stuff.
Yeah, it ain't. It really ain't.
Since Endgame, and Endgame came out in April of 2019. So it's been almost 6 years of watching this franchise that I love just fizzle out. And it has essentially created somebody who looks at all this shit that's happening and is like, all right, best of luck. When I'm interested, I'll click a trailer. When I'm interested, I'll buy a movie ticket. There's no world being built here that I'm buying into anymore. And it's not because, oh, you grew out of it, Jay, you're being an asshole. I'm 24 years old. I'm not that level-headed.
Jesus
where this
Christ.
stuff no longer appeals to me. I don't have much of a social
Whew.
life. So obviously this stuff still matters to me. The point, though, is that it has been so for now like 6 years that it has essentially just driven out of me the love and care and devotion that I had to Marvel, which is very difficult to do when you've had somebody who's literally been on the hook since they were 11 years old. Like, before my brain was even fully functional, I was already entirely committed to this shit.
See, the thing is, I was on the same page growing up, and from seems like she was born in either 2000 or 1999. I was born in 2001, and let me tell you something, man. I was on the same page. Now, there was times where I wanted to dress up as Iron Man, because growing up when the MCU started, and as the MCU continued, me growing up in school, well, before the MCU, my favorite superhero was Spider-Man. Why? Because of the Tobey Maguire movies. Okay, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. First three, my favorite. Okay, even if people didn't like the third Spider-Man, I don't care. I don't care. You can rot in the sack for all I care. I like Spider-Man 3. Okay, Spider-Man 3. I like Spider-Man 3 because that symbiote suit that Spider-Man had, my favorite Spider-Man suit of all time. Tobey Maguire in that black symbiote Black symbiote suit is my favorite Spider-Man suit of all time. That black symbiote suit, my God, that was gorgeous. And then, like, Spider-Man was my favorite superhero of growing up. And then when the MCU hit, and then as time went on through the MCU, Iron Man became my favorite. It was Iron Man and Spider-Man. Iron Man was my favorite. And then look back at it now, you know, I have two of my favorite superheroes. Two childhood favorite superheroes. I'm gonna say childhood, okay? I'm gonna say childhood because my childhood superheroes, more of my favorite was Spider-Man and Iron Man. Those are my two neck and neck favorite for me, okay? Now, my favorite superhero now is the superhero that I created called the Prodigy, all right? If you guys are interested in that, look at the description down below, all right? Go get my book. It's on Amazon. And I always wanted to dress up as Iron Man or as Spider-Man during Halloween, but I grew up not celebrating Halloween, and I'm glad to be honest with you, I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, and after Endgame and after seeing, it took me a while to see what was going on with the woke crap that's been happening, you know, because I was just that fan to just, you know what, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it for entertainment, you know what I'm saying? But then as they keep pouring on and pouring on and pouring on, and then I listen to these good I listen to these genuine, well-known, um, good fans of the MCU and Star Wars and Disney, like Tyrone Magnus and them. Mainly Tyrone Magnus, because Tyrone Magnus kept pointing it out for years that, yo, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. And then when I finally saw it, and then when I started backtracking it in my mind, I'm like, that's crazy. Okay. And then when I discovered her, and she don't sugarcoat nothing. She just goes straight in. And when she tell you something is dumpster juice, she'll tell you something is dumpster juice, like straight up. Okay. And that's what I like about her. She ain't letting nobody change her. All right. Hey, hey. All right. But yeah. Yeah, man.
And this is what they've done.
It's
and I
sad.
wonder where
It
the
is.
MCU can go from here, right? Because so much of their fandom, so much of their fan base has started to feel the same. We've seen enough disappointments, we've seen enough lackluster projects, unfinished CGI, movies that just weren't great, casting choices that were kind of stupid. And so I think the MCU, we're no longer going to be seeing those billions of dollars rolling in. I think Deadpool and Wolverine doing as well as it did was a tremendous outlier in it, purely because I think Deadpool and Wolverine, yes, flew under the Disney banner, but I think that was mostly Ryan Reynolds production-wise, and therefore I don't think Disney should be able to take credit for it. I think that was a one in a million shot. I don't see Disney making bold, fantastic, this is for comic book fans moves like that anymore. And when you look at what they've got coming out, Thunderbolts, who asked for that? We know the Young Avengers are coming together. If you look at most of these characters, they all have the exact same personality.
Hold up.
Exact same personality together. If you look at...
Okay. The Young Avengers. Well, don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Oh wait, never mind. That's the girl from Multiverse of Madness. I know who that is. Hawkeye Haley Steinfeld, fan of hers by the way. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know what that is. Wait, that's the Young Avengers? I thought the Young Avengers were different. Okay. All right.
most of these, but I think all the good stories they're interested in telling have already been told, and now they're hoping on just coasting on our previous love for it. Unfortunately for them, I don't think I have it in me anymore, and it makes me really sad because I've loved Marvel for so long, and believe it or not, I like liking things more than I like disliking things. I actually really enjoy losing my shit over things. I loved Deadpool and Wolverine, even though I called it plotless, because it is. I was thrilled. I loved freaking out about it. Been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt, bought the merchandise, did the cosplays, everything. I want that again, but I don't think that Marvel is ever going to give me that again. And that's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching.
Wow.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more Snarky J, be sure to check me out on Instagram. And
wow. That's... Hey. Let me tell you something, man. That's... It's sad. It really is. It's genuinely sad, yo. It is. It's genuinely sad, and to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know where Marvel's gonna go from here. I have an idea in my head. I'm not gonna say it, but it's sad. It is. It's sad that we watched a company, we watched something, we watched something that we grew up loving and idolizing and stuff like that. Well, I don't like using idolizing, or even though that's what happened, but yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Let me see this. Wait, look at this comment right here. Hold on, this comment just hit me. Look at this. This is exactly how fans of Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Doom, Terminator, James Bond, Indiana Jones, and countless other franchises feel. I don't know about James Bond. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think I think I do know what James Bond kinda. That last one when they a female black woman was 007, but she took over his tag or whatever, and but that only lasted about like 10 minutes, and they weren't really in your face about it, you know what I'm saying? And during that movie, when James Bond came back into the scene, came back into the into business, this how you know 007 MGM, whatever company they're called, I apologize, they they kind of threw in there like, yo, we don't care about this woke stuff, like, yo, James Bond is back on the scene. He's 007. You ain't nothing. That's basically what they was doing in that movie when James Bond came back into that scene. But I still think they shouldn't have killed him though. But because if he survived falling off a bridge in the water, he gonna survive some explosions. I mean, I still don't think they should have killed James Bond in No Time to Die. I don't think they should have killed him. I think they should have did some Batman type thing where the Dark Knight Rises, and Bruce Banner was sitting at the dinner table with Catwoman like, hey, what's up? I'm still alive. They should have did the same thing with James Bond. They'd be like, you should have been sitting there with his girl and his daughter. Be like, yep, still alive. That's what they should have did. But I get it. James Bond would have been like, Daniel Craig would be like, no, I'm not coming back. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Just in case we do a multiverse thing, I'm not coming back or whatever. I get it. But, you should have did the Batman thing, and if you didn't want to come back, just put your foot down and said, no, what? I'm not coming back. That's that. But anyways, y'all, post comments down below. Let me know what you all think about this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share. And like I said, go over to Snarky J. Tell her that Champagne Big Rose sent you. And I will see you guys next time. My book, The Prodigy, is in stores right now. Look at the description down below. 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, man. Yeah. Get over to her. Tell her that Champagne Big Rose sent you. All right. All right. What's next?